Alright, so let's do question 3. So we have 2/5 plus 1/4. Okay, now first we have to make sure that the denominators are the same. Yep, denominators are the same. And we have to find the lowest common denominator. Okay, the lowest common denominator. So what's the lowest number so we can see in this fraction that the denominators are obviously different. So what is the lowest common denominator? What's the lowest number that both 5 and 4 go into? And it's not 5 or 4, because 4 doesn't go into 5 and 5 doesn't go into 4. But an easy way to just guess is just multiply the two denominators together. So 5 times 4 is 20. So 20 would be our lowest common denominator, because I know 5 goes into 24 times, 4 goes into 20 4 times. So 5 and 4 are both factors of 20. So that's the lowest common denominator we're going to be using. So to convert 2/5 to a denominator of 20, we need to multiply 5 by 4. Yeah, because 5 times 4 gets us to 20. And what would you do to the bottom? We do to the top. So so you have 2/5 here, and we're multiplying by 4. You notice that 4 divided by 4 makes 1. So we're actually technically multiplying 2/5 by 1. And because of that, we're not actually changing this number, because you can't change the number by multiplying by 1. But we're finding an equivalent fraction. Okay, an equivalent fraction. So our 2/5 is taken care of. Let's go to our 1/4. So our 1/4. And to get 4 to our denominator of 20, we'll multiply it by 5. Okay, because 4 times 5 gets us to 20. 1 times 5. Because what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. So 1 times 5, 4 times 5. Again, let's get to our next line. 2 times 4 is 8. And 20, yes, we've got our denominator of 20. And 1 times 5 is 5. Denominator of 20. Okay, and all we simply do is our denominators stay the same. Okay, our denominators stay the same, so our answer is going to have 20 at the bottom, but we add the numerators. Okay, we add the numerators. So that's 8 plus 5. Okay, so 8 plus 5, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13, I still count on my fingers. So we have 13 over 20. Okay, so try to get to this point here. 13 out of 20. So our denominators are the same. Did we check that? Yes, we found the lowest common denominator to be 20. So we said 5 times 4, 4 times 5, which got us 20. So we got to this point here where the denominators are the same. So that's the only way we can add and subtract fractions, is if the denominators are the same. Alright, so let's try, what was it, question 6? Let's say we'll do question 6. Okay, so that's a half plus 2/4, which is another half, isn't it? So you can probably guess what the answer is going to be. But let's write the question anyway. So 1/2 plus 2/4. That's right. Yep. So and we can see that 2/4 is the same as a half. So if we really want to answer a half plus another half, that makes one whole, doesn't it? But let's see if that's the case. Well, logic tells us it's a half. It's a whole. That's the answer. But let's see what we get. Okay, so the problem here is the denominators are different, 2 and 4. So what is the lowest common denominator? So that means the lowest number that both the denominators go into. Well, we can try and multiply across. 2 times 4 is 8. Could 8 be the lowest common denominator? Well, no, it's not the lowest. It is a common denominator. They both go into 8, that's true, but it's not the lowest number. But in fact, 4 is the lowest common denominator, because 4 goes into 4 once, and 2 goes into 4 twice. So they both go into it, so that it's a common factor. and it's the lowest common factor that both these numbers go into. So in this case, 4 is the lowest common denominator. So this one, this fraction here, okay, we don't actually have to touch because the lowest common denominator is already 4, so we're just going to leave that one. The only one we're going to change is this one here. So 1/2 plus 2/4. So to get this to the denominator of 4, well, we just said that 2 goes into our lowest common denominator by 4 2 times. So we need to multiply it by 2 times, because 2 times 2 gets us 4. And what you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Okay? So 1 times 2 is 2, divided by 2 times 2 is 4. So we've got a half, don't we? We still have a half, and we still have another half. But now it's instead of 1/2, it's 2/4 plus another 2/4. Alright, and we keep adding. So we know the denominator is going to stay the same. Okay, denominators are the same now that we've accomplished that. Now we just need to add the numerators, and that's 2 plus 2. And 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 divided by 4, and 4 divided by 4 gets us 1. Okay, so this is an example when the common denominator, one of the numbers here is already the lowest common denominator. Whereas before, in these cases, this question here, the lowest common denominator we found by multiplying them across. 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 4 is 20, but here the lowest common denominator is 4 because 2 is a factor of 4 already. Okay, so just look out for that. And I noticed that some of the questions actually repeat. That's the same as that one, so you don't have to do that one. But I want you to have a crack at all these other questions. So 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? And if there's any problems, just let me know.